All right. As you've seen, this is a working video, so I'm hoping you have your trusty wastebasket and your pad, or or posties, either one. All right. So you're gonna write down for me. I can't. I can't. Let's talk about this. I can't, because it needs to be substituted right away for I can. And to know these phrases, I can, but not right now. I can, but in a different way. I'm going to have to go through the back door, or I can, but we'll have to go somewhere that is accessible. I can. So it takes practice to get into I can rather than I can't. Now, you wrote down I can't. Now you're going to take the piece of paper and you're going to do this. You're going to take that I can't and you're going to dump it into your trash can, waste basket, whatever you want to call it. All right, so you get the idea with I can't versus I can, and substitute, whatever it is that you feel like you're stuck. I can, but it'll just have to be in a different way. Or a moment of discovery. I am not worth it is the next one you're going to write down. I am not worth it. All right. Did you write that one down? That one truly needs to be substituted, because just because you're in a wheelchair doesn't mean you're not worth it. I don't know how that crept in, but you are worth it. We do need you. We need your personality. We need your person here. You are worth it a whole lot in this world. And you're doing the actions of a hero every day, because there are people who can't do what you do. There are people who can't do what you do on a daily basis. And that's really important to think about. I am worth it because. So that is also a practice. I am worth it because if I weren't here, my sister would go crazy. If I'm not here, my spouse would. My kids need me. So you are worth it in so many ways. And your homework is to make a list of why you are worth it. Now, you're going to take I am not worth it that you wrote down, and you're going to do this. And you're going to throw it in the garbage. There you go. I am not worth it is gone. Now, this is a typical phrase that a lot of new wheelchair users will come across and will say to themselves, my life is over. My life is over because I'm in a wheelchair. My life is over. And the truth is, what is the truth? Many of you know this. That's right. It's just starting. Your life is just starting. In a different way, yes. But your life is not over. It's just starting in a very different way. But your life is continuing in a wheelchair. And that's okay. The wheelchair is okay. You're okay. You're a team now. And your life will continue in a way that you don't know what it'll look like. But it'll be a life of some kind. And so many lives of people in wheelchairs have developed in great ways, in incredible ways. So we don't know what your life is going to be. So you're going to write this, my life is over. You're going to write it down. I'm going to wait for you to do that. And then you're going to do this. And you're going to throw it in your wastebasket. Gone. So your life is just starting in different ways. It's up to you to dream and to build it. I have lost all my friends and relationships. Nobody's around anymore. So write that one down. I have lost all my friends and relationships. Now this one needs to be substituted for, of course I have friends and relationships and people who love me, but I have to do the steps of calling, visiting, inviting them over, so they can get used to you again, just in a wheelchair. You're the same person, nothing's changed, you just have a different tool. And they need to see that. We're the educators now of wheelchair world, and so it's important to invite your friends, invite your relationships, invite your family over to see you, to interact with you, to have a dinner with you, to have movies, game time, whatever it is. But you have to make those efforts. So again, you're going to write that one down. I have lost all my friendships, my friends and loved ones. You're going to write that one down. And then you're going to do this. Not true. It is so not true. And you're going to throw this one also in the wastebasket. You have to rebuild some of these relationships because they're spooked. They're not sure what your life is looking like or, what the issues will be. But they need to get to know you, the same person you've always been. You just look a little different because you're seated. That's all. They're standing, you're seated, who cares? So let them work through their fears or their concerns or their jitterness, and those who are true friends will stick around. I am not able to get out. This is another one that wheelchair users, and especially new ones, I can't get out. You're going to write that one down. I can't get out. All right. You're going to do this and throw it in the wastebasket. Of course you can get out. Now, if you don't have any ramps, then that's a physical issue. But, I've placed in a couple of different places, and I'll recreate that video again of organizations that build ramps for free so you can get out of your home. But also, it's important for you to learn what transportation services there are in your community, so you can use them and get out and go grocery shopping, go to the mall, go to a movie, go see a friend, whatever it might be, meet up with someone, learn what facilities, agencies, restaurants, get-together places are accessible in your community and get out. You know, I had a person who, she was on this channel. She said, I'm trapped in my home. I can't get out. She had severe COPD. And I talked about the different reasons why people use wheelchairs, and cardiac problems and COPD is one of them, those two. And it just dawned on her that she could talk to her doctor and ask for a wheelchair. So she did all the work, and now she's out in her wheelchair. She's doing grocery shopping. She's doing all these things on her own now, because she learned here that people with COPD or severe heart problems or other issues that are not exactly mobility but are impacted, the mobility is impacted by that physical condition, can use wheelchairs. And she did it. She's out there. So really important to know you are able to get out, but you got to make the effort. So it's on you. So you're going to throw, I am not able to get out, you're going to throw that one away too. Life sucks. That is a popular statement by wheelchair users. Life sucks. Now, you're going to write that one down. Why exactly does life suck for you? You know, you have to rebuild things, do things differently. But I don't, you know, after a while of practicing and doing what I needed to do, for me, life doesn't suck. And for a lot of wheelchair users, life doesn't suck. It's just different, and it's going to require practice doing things that are fun for you and enjoyable to you, that bring curiosity, that bring good things to you or with you. So you're going to write that one down too, and you're going to throw it in the wastebasket. And from now on, you'll have to work so that life doesn't suck, and figure out what kind of things do you need to put into your life so that it is better, that it is sweeter, that it is much more fun, that it is enjoyable. Nobody can do it for you. You have to build it. Think about it. No one loves me. Write that one down. No one loves me. No one loves me. And you're certainly going to do this and throw it in the wastebasket. There are a lot of people, I'm almost done with my, there are a lot of people who care about you, who feel bad about your accident, or feel bad about your stroke, or feel bad about whatever it is that happened to you. But they care. They're not quite sure how to interact. What do you need? You know, sometimes they need that invite. Sometimes they need that phone call. Sometimes they need, you know, sometimes we have to make that step to re-engage, because they're not quite sure how to help someone in a wheelchair, how to help someone with a leg brace, how to help someone with, you know, a very bad burn. You know, sometimes they stay away because they're not sure how. So it is up to us to let them know that things are okay, things are copacetic, that you have to do things differently to get things done, but you're there, you're okay. And so then they can come back and begin to show their support, their friendship that they once had done some time ago. But sometimes it's up to us to give them a call, invite them, just chat with them on the phone. go out with them at some point, do some bowling, go to the movies with them. Let them know that you're A-okay. You're just seated. That's it. They're standing, you're seated. And you can get from point A to point B, but in a different way. People love you. People care about you. They're just not quite sure how to get around the issue of the wheelchair, which there's no reason to fret about it. It's just a matter of getting used to, you seated, Otherwise, you can get to the movies, you can get to the ice cream place, you can invite them over to your house sometime. So to do things in different ways that accommodates your need in your life, in your steps that you need to take. But people care. They're just not quite sure how to do it. They think that the wheelchair is going to be an obstacle, which it's not. And that's really important for you to know. The wheelchair will not be an obstacle once you practice doing the opposite of this list. The absolute opposite of this list. People do love, people do care about you. They're just concerned about the wheelchair. They're not sure about the wheelchair. They've never been educated about wheelchairs. So that sometimes is up to us to let them know, hey, I'm okay. I can get to the movies now. I can get to the ice cream place. I can get to the XYZ bar because it's accessible. I can go bowling. So many different things that it's important for them to see wheelchair users can do all these things. But sometimes we need to show them. And they never had a friend or a brother or a neighbor with a wheelchair. So it's a learning process for them. And it's a learning process for you to re-engage in relationships and for them to show them not to fear, not to stress. So we become ambassadors and educators about wheelchairs. So all these phrases that you concocted in your mind need to go into the wastebasket. And put up all the positives that we just talked about up on the wall. Or choose your favorite one and print it out and put it on the wall so you see it every day and you work on just that one. Just that one that brought your attention the most. And every day you work on that one. So I'm hoping that this working video really motivates you to look at things a little different and with hope, because as long as we have hope, we can do the next day and the next week and the next month and the next year just fine the way we are.